Clock.
Aago mẹ́sàn-án ti lù.
You can only get timely, credible, and reliable news on your shining supreme station. Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
For the best of national, local, international news and sport, tune in to News Punch and Diamond 88.7 FM. News Punch, all about the news.
8 minutes past 9 from the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM. Good morning and many thanks for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. This is News Punch, a news and current affairs compilation of topical stories and headlines making the rounds. I'm your host this morning, Joseph EMERIBE. Here are the headlines trending in the news today. Nigeria still crawling. I am determined to change the narrative, says Tinubu. Tinubu will ensure Nigerians enjoy natural resources, says Speaker Abbas. Federal government labor to meet today over full subsidy agreement. Still on the national front, 1.2 million euros are equipment to be imported for Eco Bridge and repairs, says Umahi. Raps Lord IG's directive on compulsory treatment of gunshot victims. God is about to rescue Nigeria, says Governor Obaseki. Presidency says CNG to cost 230 naira per kilogram. 160 billion naira SUVs reps take delivery. Senators await luxury jeeps this week. Still on the national front, federal government set to convert over 1 million vehicles to CNG by 2027. Sean of Ogbomoso, or your government files appeal, seeks stay of execution. Many missing as boat carrying over 100 passengers capsizes in Taraba. NLC vows to shut down economic activities in Imo over alleged unfair labor treatment. Woman killed, female POS operators abducted as gunmen invade Kwara community. And lastly, from the national front, Enugu police foil child stealing syndicate, arrest 1. Moving on to the foreign scene. Moroccans rally for Gaza ceasefire against Israel ties. United Nations Secretary General repeats calls for Gaza ceasefire. Iran warns Israel, says actions may force everyone to act. And lastly, from the foreign scene, suspected bomb blast kills 2 at Indian Christian prayer meeting. And moving on to the world of sport. NFF throws gate open for Super Falcons match against Ethiopia in Abuja. Haaland scores derby double as Man City outclass spineless Man United. And those are the major headlines making the rounds today. It was compiled and edited by Abiodun Akinwumi. My name is Joseph EMERIBE. Up next, for sponsorship, for I beg your pardon, or advert placement, kindly contact our sales and marketing office on 0912 9294 332. You can also reach us via 0812 8286 078. Up next is our Diamond Breakfast Show, where we discuss and have in-depth analysis on some of the topical stories. Don't forget, you can also be a part of this conversation, okay, by listening live, irrespective of your location. You log on to our website, www.diamondfm.net, to keep up to date. You can also follow us on all our social media pages. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, now X, okay, and also Instagram at Diamond887FM. We'll be going for a quick break, and when we return, you'll be meeting my guest, and together we'll be delving deeper into the program with our focus on the NLC. Yes, message from the NLC, another update. And they threaten to boycott meeting with the federal government if the Labour Minister chooses to attend. And when we also look into the retired Justice Musa Datijo points, where he's accusing the CJN, okay, for not doing too well. What are his accusations? We'll get to know more when it's time. Rotimi Amechi also is in the news. He says a majority choose suicide rather than drive out corrupt politicians and certificate forgers. This and more shall be our focus on the program this great morning. Please stay tuned.
The major talking points in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead, and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, I want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Oh, please, help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.
On the Diamond Breakfast Show, we place the spotlight on the critical issues in the country.
Government that says they are broke can prioritize construction of an additional runway over education of the people.
How can a government, how can you hold Indomine? This is intolerable. It's provocative.
Now, you see, when you look at our democratic journey, we are yet to practice genuine democratic system in Nigeria.
Join us on Mondays to Friday on the DBS from 9 to 10 a.m. The Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people.
From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM in Lorry, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
Yes, it's still the Diamond Breakfast Show reaching you live from the International Media Center of the Bright Broadcasting Limited here in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. Yes, as it's our custom, okay, we will be having this conversation. We'll be here to discuss, okay, real trending issues from politics to economics to security and so much more. We'll be having deep-rooted conversation from now till some minutes before 10 a.m. And just as we used to say, should you choose to be a part of this conversation, right? It's a two-way thing. You listening and we here talking. You can be a part of the conversation via 0913 6556 95. It's not too new. We'll start our conversation with another threat from the NLC. And this time around, they are threatening not to meet with the federal government should the Labour Minister choose to be at that meeting, that is in person or simul-along. Should he be at the meeting? Because according to them, he is not really helping matters. Should he be there? They said they won't be at the meeting. I'll quickly brush through the report here. It says the Nigeria Labour Congress has threatened to boycott its meeting with the federal government scheduled for today should the Minister of Labour, Simon Lalong, attend it. And the president of the NLC, Comrade Joe Ajaero, issued that threat while fielding questions from journalists in Abuja on Sunday after briefing them on the plight of workers in Imo State. Ajaero criticized Lalong for not being able to establish a cordial relationship with the organized labor. I'll be pausing here to get your reactions, Alaji. Though I also like us to listen to Joe Ajero, but I want you to speak first before we move on the program this morning.
You see, as long as I want to accept that Ajero is a departure of Obama, I want to still stand on the position that this labor union or TUC, they have taken too much nonsense from this insensitive government. The reason is simple. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
In the first place, you are invited for a meeting, and they were not asking at the gate, what is your mission here? You remember that scenario? Okay, that came and gone. You are not saying that you are not going to hold any meeting with the presence of Lalong, who happens to be the labor minister.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us that Lalong is acting on his own? This insensitivity from the top is reflected on Lalong. And that is why the labor union has made mistake. In the first place, they have not studied the psychology of politicians. They have not done that. You know this agenda palace of the politicians. They want to play over your intelligence. They are not real politicians as in the international content. Because politicians will not be able to at least do things with lies.
Okay.
With falsification, with all this intelligent play attitude.
Alaji, I want us to listen to Joe Ajero. He addressed press yesterday. I want us to take a listen. We'll be back to talk more.
So any meeting the federal government calls today with the Minister of Labour in attendance, that meeting will not hold. You can't meet with him. And you have noticed of late that meetings are no longer called at the Ministry of Labour because he is not in control. Therefore, to depend on him for resolution on issues taking place in about labour is to waste our time. If you watch tomorrow's meeting, the invitation we got was office of the Chief of Staff to the President, and that's where previous meetings are held. So the current Minister of Labour you are having has no place in the current industrial relations.
The point is clear. They say the current Minister of Labour has no place.
You see, I don't want to revisit all these paparazzi that attended this governance in this country. People are appointed to a post without pedigree. What did Dalong do in Plateau State when he was governor? No, wait, please.
The former ministers of Labour, were they having something quite different from what Lalong is having?
Antecedent. You get it? Look at what the president said now, Labour Union president. He said if they are to hold any meeting with the presence, with Lalong
present, yes.
It means they feel there will be nothing. We have seen ministers of Labour in this country that were playing, two ministers of Labour that were playing over the Labour Union's intelligence. I say per se, workers' intelligence. What type of country are we when leaders is not of empathy to the people they are governing? Maybe you don't get my message.
The message is
because we expect that if Labour has taken some erroneous step in the past, because if I were Labour Union leader, you get it, I will close the government until you listen to us. You get it. Don't make the situation look as if people have voted for anarchy. You should be able to. You are scheduling meeting with a Labour Union, but you are not scheduling meeting with National Assembly buying 160 million vehicles. Where is that done? If I were Labour, I'm going to close the government. I will make the nation ungovernable again because this cheating is becoming too much.
Isn't that treasonable?
Injustice.
It's treasonable.
What is treasonable?
Offense.
What is treasonable
just come on
look, let me tell you. I want to tell you an experience.
Okay.
Even when Pamoga was governor here, as a military governor, what is paradoxical about him is that he understood that people were fighting for their rights. We led that protest. And we made sure things did not work. Unlike now, that was military government, though. But if it is a civilian government, you see some sycophants supporting idiocy, supporting a lot of things that are even have to do with the welfare of the people in this country.
All right, let's look at it from this other perspective. Do you see the so-called meeting or wherever with NLC and the federal government yielding desired result outside the presence of the Minister of Labour?
I'm very hopeless about any result yielding, because look at the food tracking system of the present government. What meeting are you holding? The case is clear. People are suffering. The workers you are giving 30,000 naira to for the past 4 years, you get it? The something even talk of 5 years review. Okay, if it is not even 5 years, we have about 10 years that have not been reviewed now. And you are talking of a meeting. Which type of meeting? 30,000 is now 1,000 or 300 naira. If you look at the situation on ground, what meeting do you want to hold again? You are giving people 35,000 naira as a palliative for about 6 months. You are giving them 2 tins of rice, and the leaders are buying 160 million naira worth of SUV. Where do you think? Who is mad among us? That's the question.
Alhaji Shola Muse, I want us to. This man also raised some issues with regards the workers and their welfare in Imo State. I want us to touch on that aspect as well. He said the workers in Imo have been sidelined. So many have died due to outright neglect. Let's listen, and we'll be back to talk.
Thank you very much. The first day of November 2023 will be in Imo State to demonstrate our outrage and stop the continued violation of the rights and privileges of workers in that state. Unfortunately, the government has relied on its powers to deploy fierce and coercive forces of the state against trade unions and their leadership to continue on its line of action. It has allowed itself to be misled in its belief that the continued use of threats and intimidation will perpetually dissuade Nigerian workers from taking their destinies in their hands.
A number of issues were raised, Alhaji. A number of issues were raised, but for sake of time, I'll be pausing here. A number of issues were raised. Sincerely, say pensioners denying their gratuities. They tried meeting as a union with the government. The so-called the commissioner that tried establishing that cordial rapport was sacked. So many things. The government choosing to attack workers during May Day. So much. He listed a number of issues. Is this good for us?
Let me tell you, this is what used to happen when the citizens surrender their authority or their Anthony to these so-called politicians who are just there to siphon. You get it? You see, it's unfortunate that the situation we find ourselves in this type of Nigerian type of democracy is so pathetic, where the boss become the servant, the servant become the boss. You get it? You voted for people, for them. Come sun, come rain. But when they get there, you are going to be the carpet they will be stepping on. And that is the situation. You are talking of this Imo. Yes. It's happening everywhere.
A couple of figures were also raised. Okay, over 10,000 pensioners, over 11,000 workers tagged, ghost workers, and laid off, denied their salaries and wages.
It's a way to make them commit suicide. It's a way to kill them. It happens everywhere. Look at Kwara. How many retirees have got their gratitude
in Kwara State? But the government in Kwara State is doing their best.
No, what are you telling me? I'm a victim. I can tell you.
That you're being denied your
when they will tell you that you should know somebody at government, as if government has my food. How do I know somebody before I take my right?
This is.
It's pathetic. What is happening in Kwara government is even a very bad situation.
We have a listening government. Yes. I know they are listening.
It's not a listening government. We are talking of a gratitude of people that are dying. Where somebody
some of these
that,
pensioners were given the palliative to cushion the effect of subsidy removal.
Why are you provoking me?
Alaji.
You are giving 10,000 naira to people.
But you got yours, Alaji.
Put in 35 years in service. Is the 10,000 naira the solution to his problem? Give him his money and let him do whatever he wants to do with the money. And it's going to reduce the poverty.
If you're to compare the recent government in Kwara with other state, will I use the word past administrations, in terms of relationship with pensioners and the
you
likes,
are looking for comparative.
They are doing well.
You are pushing me into comparative analysis. I'm telling you. Right. Are the roads so bad like this? Even in those government we say we didn't want. Are the roads so bad like this?
You're drawing my attention to the treatment of elder statesmen, or those that really gave their all over 35 years in active service.
Are you now
compared to those days and now?
No, what is the present doing?
All right, Alaji.
No, let me tell you, people who come in, the retirees are there.
Okay, yes.
They have to know somebody at the government tab before they get their right.
0913-6556-952. Yes, I know each time we have Alaji in the studio, so many, especially our listener, you're listening, are always glued to your radio and you choose to listen than to react. Yes, you can send in your calls. 0913-6556-952. You can also, your life. Hello, your life, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from. Bamidelege, you have the floor. Good morning.
Yes. I always say it, when you bring Alaji, you bring joy. You will say it as it is.
All right, sir.
There's one problem Jairo is having. We should pray to have statesmen at the end of the year. Ajaero appearing in Labour Party's campaign has offended president. We are dealing with politicians, not statesmen. Because statesmen will forget about that and do what is right. And I pray that we have. God bless them.
God bless you too for taking your position.
They will not be so heartless. That's what it means.
All right. I want us to look at it from this other perspective. You know, Labour, the National Nigeria Labour Congress, owns Labour Party. I don't know. I know you are aware. People are looking at it from the angle of politics. Imo will be in the polls come November 11th. Isn't this an intentional move to score political points against the incumbent in the state?
That is the mistake.
Because they are threatening that they will go in their numbers. They are storming Imo State to challenge the government.
That is the mistake we are making in this country. We had politics to reality. If whether Labour Union owns Labour Party, that's not the question. The question is, as the governor of that state done the needful? You can give any room for any calamity if you have not done the needful. You get it? Has he not owned the civil servant their salaries? These are the questions that are begging for answer.
All right, please let's marry this call. Your life, your name and where you're calling from. A quick one. 30 seconds. Your name.
Morning.
Hello, your name. We didn't get that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Dele.
Dele, right? Dele. Oh, Mr. Dele, you have the floor. 30 seconds.
Yeah, I really appreciate so far the discussion and the words that Alaji has said.
Okay.
You see, it's high time we started telling ourselves the truth. It's going to hurt. It's going to be bitter. But, however, that's what we need at this particular time. Now, the issue of the lawmakers going for exotic cars at this particular time is so insensitive. Yeah, it's a period whereby Nigerians are suffering. They are passing through a lot, and the worst they could do is to take that step. Have you even been the millions of dollars that was expended into that was even given to innocent motors? I mean, that money will still stay in the economy, and it's going to help our naira. But you can imagine the number of dollars that is spent abroad, and we are crying yet that
Your position is clear. That's as much you can take from your end.
That issue of dollar I mentioned, people are making mistake. The issue of dollar that is probably counteracting the naira. It's not the issue of forex. It's the trade kebab system.
So you're saying it's
being caused by the trade kebab.
Kebab.
Yes, I've read a lot of things about what is making a dollar
more
valued.
Powers that be are the ones doing this. Though I got some from some scoffers or like a report, though not confirmed yet, that Nigeria spend more dollars than naira now. Those are at the top echelons of our
government. That is what I mean when I say trade cabal, and the government is not even doing anything to check that. Did they check when they say subsidy is gone? Have you seen the government arresting those people they say were stealing the money? No. They've just fixed everything on the masses of this country. What an injustice. I say there will be peace. There can be peace. I used to say if there will be peace after war, let there be war.
But
if there will be peace after war, let there be war. Because what I mean by war is that
we are craving for peace.
You have to ask
why is not something we can all stand.
How will you get peace with empty stomach? How will you get peace when there is injustice like this? How will you get peace when governors take security vote and their states are not secured? How will you get peace? No, tell me.
But the government, both at the subnational level and national level, are also trying their best.
Pretentious peace. We don't want pretentious peace.
Okay, you still trying to reach us? The line is still 0913. Okay, let's have this call. You're live. Tolani from Asadam, right?
Thank you very much.
You have the floor, a quick one.
On this program, anytime, that we need to find the root of the problem, before finding solution. Some of us who are English-speaking people, they like to find the solution from the top.
Okay.
All we need in this Nigeria is just to change from our paper investment back to production investment. If we don't do that, we continue having that problem. And that is what our government wants. They never want us to be in production investment so that we can produce whatever we need by ourselves and patronize it by ourselves. They only want us to believe in papers that you have a PhD from Oxford University, you have a DDU or whatever from Nottingham Trent University. That is what they want us to believe. And this will not help the masses. Nigeria needs to change from paper investment back to production investment.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure having you.
Also, education is not even intelligence.
Education is not intelligence. All right. I want us to quickly take a reaction on WhatsApp. This is from one of our keen listeners from all the way from Maiduguri. He says, good morning to you, presenter and guest. This particular leader called Ajero can never achieve anything for the Labour because he's a core politician and a card-carrying member of a party. He is also using his tool as the Labour chairman to fight government to favor his political party. Election is coming on the 11th of November, but he's organizing a rally against the government on the 1st of November. They play, according to him, he said they play. Alhaji, making statement on your radio that he will make government ungovernable though we retracted that statement. I know you're still listening. If he thinks he's stubborn, there are more stubborn people in government. This is from Abdul Wahid Okoba from far away Maiduguri. Let's squeeze this call. Hello, you're live. Please, a quick one.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. A quick one, please. Musa, right?
Yes, I want to talk about the last word by Alhaji. Because the problem we have in this country about our economy is because of this capitalism. They are the ones giving us a lot of problems. Because now here in Nigeria, we rely on foreign products. And the government needs to choose a measure whereby any foreign product that is coming to Nigeria, that they should put ban on it.
Okay.
There's no need to even close the border.
Your position is clear.
Once they put ban on the foreign products here in Nigeria, I believe there will be a policy attached to it that will even improve our local production.
Thank you.
That's why it's increasing. So everyone will now be consuming whatever we are producing locally.
All right, thank you so much. Please, we have bills to pay, please. We'll be back to talk more. It's still the Diamond Breakfast Show. Please stay tuned.
Dìde kára ó lè. Dìde kára ó lè. Ó yá lé dànù orí fífọ́, lé dànù ara ríro, lé dànù òtútù ibà, lé dànù. For fast relief of cold pain, fever and headache. Dìde kára ó lè kókó.
Ẹ sọ fún ẹ̀fọ́ ní òtútù ibà tara ríro kí wọ́n kán lùgbọ́ one time. Kára ó lè ti dé o. Àgbáwọlé ní iṣẹ́ ni àkàwọlé ń tè kan. Koríko tẹ́lẹ̀ bá ti tẹ òtún gbérí mọ́. Dìde kára ó lè lúbúlúbú funfun pẹ̀yìn rúkù sarajọ mẹ́ra yágágá. Àjàká kò tí sọkọ fún ẹ̀fọ́ ní òtútù ibà tara ríro lágọ̀ ara. Káì! Kàsàkàsà knockout. Agbára ju agbára lọ. Dìde kára ó lè jagunla bí olùgbòǹgbò gàjàtọ̀ ara jàtọ̀ kìtìlẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ ìlúra kẹgbà. To Yield Pharmaceutical Industries Limited. Àwọn tó lórúkọ tó ṣe gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi kápò oògùn òyìnbó ló ṣe é. Bára rẹ ò bá yá lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ mẹ́ta. Má ṣàfihàn o, kàn sí dókítà rẹ.
Any money where I get like this, any little change, now enjoyment.
See this, bros. No talk like that, oh. You need to think about your future, especially your health. Because as Abatan they come now for front, plenty cold and catarrh full everywhere. Malaria fit follow join. But if you are under a proper health insurance plan, when that time for sickness come, now just cool, you go to get treatment without headache for money. Just get on Quara Care. If you be a radio presenter like me, or you sell spare part, carry 6,000 naira, only 6,000 naira for everybody when they do handiwork for instant market there. Go meet them for Quara Care and you go get health insurance for 1 year. That means say you go any hospital under Quara Care and you go get good ogbonge treatment. Or if you want to get more information about what I just tell you just now, call this number 080-01-001-001 and you can even go their office not too far. Now 27B Amado Bello way for GRA here in Lorraine, Nigeria. My brother, no chop your future. Carry that money, go put inside health insurance plan. Quara Care, your key to affordable health care.
Christ Tribe Theological College, in affiliation with UMCA Theological College, Ilorin, Kwara State, is offering admissions into its 2023-2024 diploma programs. This program gives students an understanding of the major areas in theology for personal interest in preparation for the ministry or for further studies. We offer diploma courses in theology, Christian education, missions, Christian counseling. Application forms are available at the college premises for just 5,000 naira. We're located at Maximum Impact Center beside a bib filling station, Kulende, Ilorin. Diploma programs can be via a combination of online and on-campus courses. Hurry now. Call 081-3372-1021 or 090-7378-7433 or visit our website www.mi-college.org or email micollege@outlook.com. Christ Tribe Theological College, righteousness and productivity.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Diamond887FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Yes, it's still your shining supreme station, Diamond 88.7 FM, and we are still live. Okay, we are still having that conversation. Okay, to see the society be better and bigger. I still have live Alhaji Sholamose, and we started our conversation looking into the recent statement, okay, by the President, Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, in person of Joe Ajaero. He made some statement, though they're still meeting later today. We'll give you update as still some food from the NLC and the federal government. You can be part of the conversation still. 0913-6556-952, 0913-6556-864. Let's have this call while we move on the program. All right. Alhaji, I want us to dwell so long on this. You know, I made a statement earlier that isn't this politically motivated? And Tangad, our listener from Maiduguri, also mentioned that. Is it good for a labor union, organized labor, to be meddling with politics? Is it good?
Well, aware that Labour Party, when it was being registered by INEC, had affiliation with Labour.
With Labour.
You get it? So if he belongs to Labour Party, you get it? And is fighting for Labour or the workers who are under Labour, where is the crime there?
All right. Okay.
No, where is the crime? We have to be very realistic in our discussion. Where is the crime? Is he fighting for any other thing beside the workers? Let him, if he belongs to Labour Party, let him belong to Labour and fight for the Labour, under which umbrella the workers are.
All right, let's have this call. You're live. Hello, your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
I'm calling from Ofa.
Bandeligi, right?
Abiodun from Ofa.
Abiodun from Ofa. Please, a quick one.
See, anytime you invite Alaji, let us enjoy him. You always interfere. You don't allow him to talk. If you don't want him to talk, then you don't call him again.
All right. Okay, sir. Noted, sir. But we need to also interject at some point too. So that's it. As much as you really wish to listen to him, those listening to need to make their positions known. Your life, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. A quick one.
This comrade Oladimiji from Moro.
All right, you have the floor.
Let me appreciate my mentor in the studio, I like Solamusi. But the outcome of program, why are you stopping our mentor? Let him talk. You know Alaji very well that he will not allow the masses to be suffering. But talk his mind.
But you know,
I really appreciate you for that. That you see what is happening in this country. To say reality, the masses, all the way that they have opportunity on air, we're not happy. People are suffering so much.
Okay.
Let the government do the needful at the right time. God bless you, my brother.
Okay, God bless you too. I think I have to make some things clear here. Alaji is a blunt man. If I don't come in, we have people listening too. I know they are listening to us right now.
Break. That's what you are saying.
If I don't moderate this, then Alaji will take over, and we have our regulators listening. Okay, NBC is there, DSS, they are there listening. So we just have to do the needful. Okay, so you have to bear with us still. Hello, your name and where you're calling from. Good morning, Dr. Zil. You have the floor. A quick one.
Yeah, I also want to advise that even if you have the end. We that you invite or people you invite can hold, and that's how it's done. But sometimes the fear of you people in the radio is too much that you don't want to. Please just take note of that.
All right, Dr. Zin.
When it comes to labor and the political, it's not for labor union or anybody in the union. It's not supposed to be political. That is how it's supposed to be. But in Nigeria, they politicize virtually everything, and that is why. Are not the way it should be. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zil. Yes.
You know the fear of MBC is deprivation of people's rights.
Deprivation of people's rights.
Yes. I've told them that one day I will sue them.
Alaji.
Okay. Not allow people to speak people's mind. People are suffering.
Thank God. Thank God.
They should not talk to the God. You should stay true to the power.
We did start this conversation today, Alaji. And you know our past experience before now. So that just by the way. We were saying something before these calls came through. Somebody, what do you, if you're to recommend, what do you recommend NLC federal government?
You see, I've not seen any sensitivity in the step taken by the federal government. So whatever decision taken by the Labour, I won't pity federal government because Labour knows where the shoe pinches the workers.
Okay.
You get it? So, and the federal government, you see, and one thing that is you don't notice is this. Anywhere we have leaders that are still dipping their hand into our collective treasury to take care of themselves, their family, their children education, they won't listen to the masses. No leader, no governor goes to market with his salary. No president goes to market with his salary. How many times have you seen the wife of the governor going to Ipata to feed the pulse of the people? So as long as this kind of system where you take the whole situation as a bedrock of the budget, the masses will continue to cry.
All right. We'll be pausing there. We still have a number of other issues to touch on. And I know that over the weekend, retired Justice Musa Datijo made some statements. I will just quickly take a listen to an excerpt from what he said of recent, and we'll return to talk more. Please stay tuned.
That I will be leaving the court this day on attaining the statutory age of 70. It is then not in doubt that there has been sufficient time for suitable replacements to have been appointed. This is yet to occur. when on the 6th of November 2020, the Supreme Court, for the first time in its history, got a full complement of 21 justices, with the swearing in of 8 justices, little did anyone knew that we were only a few steps to unimaginable retrogression. As it stands, only 4 geopolitical regions, the Southwest, the South-South, Northwest, and the Northeast, are represented on the court, at the bench of the Supreme Court now. While the South-South and Northeast have 2 serving justices, the Northwest and Southwest are fully represented with 3 justices each. Appropriate steps could have been taken since to fill outstanding vacancies in the Apex Court. Why have these steps not been timeously taken? It is evident that the decision not to fill the vacancies in the court is deliberate. It is all about the absolute powers vested in the office of the Chief Justice of Nigeria and the responsible exercise of same.
Yes, that's the voice of retired Justice Musa Datijo. He made this statement during a valedictory section, okay, when it was being like his last speech as a Justice of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Alhaji, I can see your reactions.
I'll start from his last statement. Absolute power corrupts.
Absolutely.
Look at the kind of power which is absolutely on the hand of the
in the hands of the CJN.
But you see, it's unfortunate that we have 3 arms of government. When one is dependent on another, or 2 are dependent on one, there will be no judicial sanity. Both our legislature and judiciary, they are extension of the executive, because it is the executive that dictates the piper. I mean, he holds the tune.
The tune, yes.
And he dictates the piper.
Yes.
So there's no judicial independence, no legislative independence. But if we are talking of judiciary, somebody was asking me, what do I see to this judgment? I said, look, I have not been getting any interest in this adjudicational minus plus. I'm bothered about the independence of that judiciary. They have 11 spaces.
Now
who appoints what? Look, you see, it's only that judges don't talk when they are in service.
But is that the norm? Like, that's the usual norm?
But look at what this man said now. They should have given that advice that this is not good for judicial system of a country.
Before his retirement was the number 2 in terms of hierarchy. People are saying, why is he even talking now? He ought to have made all of these statements. Why inactive service?
No, look at what he has some sentimental fact. Look at the number of people that come from Southwest, South. Look at the lacuna.
According to him.
Process. According to him,
the Northwest is not covered. It's not represented.
We have some this colonial method of this thing. Wait for your time. How will he not talk? How will he talk? You get it? The CJ, if you look at the clip, the CJ too was so perplexed hearing those statements from him. Because it makes the CJ too hurt. Now that he's saying that he's making move to replace 11 judges to the Supreme Court, what was he looking at? Because there are some dictatorial tendency from somewhere that is really killing the judiciary. You get it? When the president is the one that will appoint the CJ, the governor will appoint the CJ in the state.
At the state level.
I do want them to have independence of them. Whatever how standard their minds are. There will be some this political idiotic situation that will set in. And that is see. And look at it. I will not say you want how can a governor like this man Rotimi Amechi
yes.
Said almost all the politicians are forgers.
Maybe we'll marry Amechi's reactions.
So how do we expect a forger governor, for example, to have good idea in terms of intelligence content to appoint a CJ? They are giving themselves buoyant something. They are buying cars worth 160 million.
So the judiciary is not.
If you see some judiciary officers, you get it. They are fond of BKs. You know what I mean by BKs? This bus quarrel that they go there buy it because the money is not there for them. But you see these bourgeois putting agbada why the judges that are doing the job are suffering. How do you want good judgment in that case? Now tell me.
Justices, white and black is enough.
White and black.
Yes.
With a dark stomach.
But
with a malnourished situation. Let us be frank.
That's a part, sir.
It's not a part. You cannot jettison fact. You cannot jettison fact. We have to tell the executive that what they are doing to the judiciary is bad. Let's assume that the legislators are getting their own right. You get it through lobby and all this party corruptive system. But where we don't want corruption, you get it, is the judiciary. Because judiciary will tell you if you want to ask for equity,
yes,
you must come with clean hand.
Yes.
How would they go with clean hand?
But sincerely, retired Justice Datijo mentioned that over 165 billion naira, right, which is about 85% of the amount appropriated by the 9th Assembly, has so far been released to the judiciary. And to him, they don't know where how these funds were put to use. Please, let's marry this call. You're live. Your name and where you're calling from? Hello? Dr. Zil, you have the floor. Okay.
Yeah, you see, sometimes some of these judges, when they make these comments, I am not happy with them too. When you keep quiet, your destiny will be shut down. And that's what happens to them too. Because they want to still remain on seat while in service, they don't want to talk. So that as they don't want us to be talking to on air, they don't want people to these executives to remove them on seat. So they will keep quiet. And when you keep quiet, me, I've learned one thing in life. I will never be quiet when something is wrong, because if you don't speak, it will affect you. So one thing I want to say is that that is why I expect justice from them, because they are not even the country is not doing justice to them in terms of their salary. How can CGM be collecting 400,000 and you expect him to organize justice for the nation? It's not possible.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Zil.
Silence is a crime in an unjust society. Let me tell you. All this bureaucratic oppression is enough. How can we be observing red tape on even what is even killing us? You know what they call red tapism?
Red tapism, yes.
You see, you want to follow something. You see, Yoruba used to say one thing. I don't know if I may probably say it. They used to say, I don't know whether you understand. But I used to tell them, if you mistakenly jabber, you will not even come down through where you are.
Path down.
You get it? So how can you continue to be quiet and you have weak low worrying on your finger? This is an unfortunate situation. So you expect just judiciary to perform well when the executive and legislature are doing conspiracy against judiciary? They say you should give judicial independence. They say you should go to state assembly. They frustrated it. How do you want system to be okay? And you just come and say, okay, look at what is happening. If in our legal system, somebody stole 2 billion, they say he will be given pardon. But a woman who is feeling hungry with his baby just stole a plantain. You say he should go for 5 years. Where is the justice? You get what I'm saying? So there is need for surgical operation of our governance life in this country.
So,
and this will have to be done by leadership recruitment. You can't recruit better leaders if you take money, spaghetti, face cap before you vote for a leader. You can't get good leaders.
Okay, you're live. Your name and where you're calling from, please. A quick one. 30 seconds. President, you have 30 seconds, please. A quick one.
About the judiciary budget. In this country, even though you gave them...
Can you take some steps away from your radio set so we can get you clearly, please?
Okay.
Very important.
Even though you gave them 3 trillion naira on their budget, I think this corruption is still existing. So this is Nigeria. Everybody is maintain the currency and not want to spend it. So I think it is wrong to give them heavy budget.
Okay. All right. Your position is clear. That is President from Abuja.
It's too pessimistic. You say if you give your child enough food, you get it. No matter how food is, surplus is, you will still be stealing. Give him food before you have mouth to punish such a person.
But people are still saying they're having enough food. Sir, I interface with some of these people. I have a good number of them in the judiciary.
You are telling me judiciary has enough food?
Especially those are on the bench. Those on the bench.
Who are those?
The judges.
The judges.
At the federal level.
Why this Datijo?
Yes.
He's now complaining.
He's not complaining about the funds.
No, he said even money release
are not put to good use. They don't know where this money is gone. How they got used.
Yo, who's to be blamed?
All right.
You have a minister of justice that is even passing money to.
Okay, let's quickly take this reaction from Ofa. It says, "Good morning, presenter and the analyst. On the issue of labor, we are the ones suffering ourselves in this country. Nigerian politicians are more wiser than the citizens, but the citizens think politicians are fools." During the election time, the report is kind of lengthy. In fact, inviting them for luncheon, we should not expect different things if we are continuing in this same way. This is the angle of Engineer Abdul Yasir Alubarika from Ofa Garage. Another one here says, "My brother, you are professional. Don't let any guest make you violate any law." Okay, this is personal. I'm keeping this. Okay, thank you for your reactions. Sir, I want us to move on. We have less than 5 minutes before we call it a day on the program. You followed the reaction of Rotimi Amechi, who has been silent for roughly, let's say, more than 2 years. We've not really had much. He came with a bang. We don't really have time to really listen to him. He said, and he included himself. He said, they are thieves. Politicians are thieves. Do you think, isn't this enough indictment against those at the corridors of power?
I think he's saying the obvious.
He's saying the obvious.
He's saying the obvious.
That they are thieves.
Yes. Honestly speaking.
They are certificate forgers.
Of course. Okay, let me tell you.
He highlighted a number of issues.
There are forgers among the ministers, among the legislators, the governors, but with judicial party, some of them even get bailout. But I want to tell you, wait. No, you don't read politicians. There's no, let me tell you, politicians, when they were looking for power, you get it? I don't know what they cannot forge. I don't see what politicians cannot forge. And that's why we are having bad products in terms of leadership in this country. The intelligence quotient of a forger cannot be compared with somebody who understands the result of governance.
How do you expect the electorate to know?
You see, that's the unfortunate.
Though Amechi is saying some of these electorates are aware. They choose to just turn a blind look.
Let me tell you. You see, look at what he said. He said they prefer even forgers than the decent politicians. You get it?
Yes.
What that connotes is that, you see, as long as money becomes our vehicle of politics, you get it? They are still going to be getting them. You see, presently now, we have voted for anarchy. Because we don't get...
Alaji,
no, let me tell you.
Let's have this call, please. Please, you react.
We don't get
the choice of word is what I'm not in support with, Alaji. Hello, you're live. Your name or where you're calling from. Good morning.
So, quickly, I want to say this. He is correct. The Amechi is correct. And he is among the leaders of soldiers.
He's the leaders. He's the number one leader, right?
Number one leader. You know what he's talking about. All of them, they know from A to Z, they know who they are. And they should just stop this thing because they are putting the country in serious trouble. And that is what we have been saying, even on air. This is going well for us.
All right, God bless you.
What that last caller is trying to say that it is the thief that knows the trace of a thief on the rock.
On the rock.
You get it? You understand what I'm saying? No politician in Nigeria, 90% of politicians, let them come out and say, I'm not a forger. When they say you are forger level, you are forgers, what he will do is that he will look for money. When the money is there, he will go to court.
But does it mean
court will use technicality
in
their legal this legal you know what is it, technicality.
Yes. But Alhaji, does it mean we don't have enough mechanism in motion to check on all of these excesses of the politicians?
I think the fault
other
lies,
regulatory
the fault
agencies
lies in the INEC
and the political parties,
and the security agencies. You know, they have one committee that used to screen the politicians.
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
But when they are bamboozled with money, you get it?
They look away.
Yes, far to not imagine. And it tests on bad leader tests on good governance. Bad governance tests on the people of this country. And that is why you see a governor that is not even accountable. You see governor that say, how much did you spend this? He will just turn deaf and dumb. But if you have somebody that you know you can ask questions before you vote for such a person, this problem will not be happening. But the situation is so calamitous now. If you are saying that we have not voted for anarchy, the situation is calamitous. No hunger, poverty, everything in the land. Not many people could probably send their children to school now. And you are giving rice instead of you to. You see, one thing is that we have powerful people without powerful institutions.
Alhaji,
you get what I'm saying?
Your parting shot. At times, very fast spent. Some really.
No, I will use what the question you asked as my parting spot. You said,
okay,
how can we probably put to end this type of calamitous governance? It's for the electorates, you get it, not to consider money or face cap or spaghetti or indomie before you vote for somebody. Competence should be our take.
Competence should be our take. We'll be closing with this. Thank you so much, Alhaji Shola Mose, for availing your time on the platform. Yes, you're listening, and to many that called through this morning, we say a very big thank you. And to you that tried reaching out, we say sorry. Our lines has been buzzing since morning. I just have to say this before I call it a day on the program. Opinions made on this platform is solely the stance over our guest and the caller, and not the perspective of Diamond 88.7 FM. The Diamond Breakfast Show is not a political program, okay? It's our own little quota to say and to see that society gets better. Tomorrow we'll be back big, bright, and better to do what we love doing, contributing to the project Nigeria. I remain Joseph EMERIBE. Good morning.
I'm in love. I'm obsessed. And I don't even feel guilty about it.
Obsessions are not always bad, especially when it's an obsession with your